What's going on, guys? Welcome back to SOG. Guys, today's a very special day for me. The brand, the channel. It is 1 year since I started my personal development journey. Last year, in November 2021, I decided to make the drastic changes in my life that really pivoted me to be in the position of life that I'm in today. And it's a surreal feeling, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very surreal feeling. But at the same time, going through my day today, I wasn't really thinking about it too much. And, just in the flow and the grind and whatnot. And it's just nice to be able to take a step back and be able to recollect some of the experiences I went through this last year. Because it truly has been it has been the most transformative year of my life. And I'm just glad that you guys could join me as well on this little recap. And I just wanted to, not go too crazy on this video because I'm probably going to make a second video on the same topic. That's going to be a little bit more in depth on what specific tools and mechanisms I used to be able to rewire my own mind. But this one, I just wanted to make this video on a recap of the more important lessons I learned this past year about myself, my life, and personal development as a whole. Guys, you learn a lot about yourself when you truly come to terms with your past, all your memories, your trauma, your experiences, everything that's shaped you to be the person you are today. It's not easy, but it has to be done. The most freeing thing in my life, the most freeing feeling in my life was me coming to terms with my past, my childhood, all the trauma, all the pain, suffering, whatever, everything that you've gone through, and you looking at it face to face and not letting those demons haunt you is going to be the most freeing feeling you'll ever come across. And it's going to be the most pivotal, or it's going to be a stepping stone on your personal development journey. Because, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, right? I spent a good couple years when my life was starting to go on a downward spiral, and I was starting to lose it mentally, right? I was starting to feel very depressed, anxiety, like I literally lived in a constant state of anxiety. Felt very foggy, and when I started, secluding into myself, becoming very introverted, the only thing that I could do in that moment, or the only thing I knew how to do in that moment, was point fingers to the past. And it was so easy for me to, point fingers at my parents or old friends, old memories, and just be like, those are the reasons why I'm in the position I'm in today. Those are the reasons why I'm feeling like crap today. But I never pointed the finger at myself. Now, one thing I want to mention, guys, in that position, when I was feeling very lost, purposeless, and depressed, there was no amount of coping mechanisms, no amount of escapes, no amount of material things that ever got close. Nothing got close to filling that void for me. And trust me, I tried a lot. I tried a lot to fill that void up, because at that time I just didn't even have the self-awareness on what was causing the void in the first place. No amount of weed, no amount of video games, no amount of, you know, having a car, nothing. I mean absolutely nothing. Food, right? Friends, friends. None of it could fill the void. And it really boils down to how well do you know yourself, right? How well do you know yourself? What are the truths and lies that you hold to yourself. Because, guys, we could lie to other people. We could lie to other people about anything, our past, our present, whatever, but you cannot lie to yourself. Because when you lie to yourself, in the moment, you might be easing, like, you might be pleasing your ego, but your mind and your heart, they know better. And you're going to always hold this luggage on yourself that, sure, you might be holding a false image to people outside, but if you're holding a false image to yourself, you're going to be living in a constant state of denial. And that's where I found myself, just living in a state of denial. No matter how depressed I felt, no matter how low my rock bottom was, it was just very hard for me to accept those terms and accept everything that I had done to lead me to that point. Hence why it was so easy for me to point fingers at other people instead of myself. When the reality is, I did it to myself. Guys, you hold the key to your own success or your failure. There's nothing, there's no one that can put you on the path to success except for you. However, if you're open to learning how, if you're open to change, then obviously there's going to be people that can employ and guide you using certain strategies to put you on the right track. But it all comes from an internal place. That want for change, that desire for more in your life has to come from an internal place, not external or surface level. And nothing, guys, I mean it. No material things, no substances, no amount of porn, no amount of any of that is ever, and I mean ever, going to come close to filling your void. And we use it on such a frequent basis to make ourselves feel better, instant gratification, escape from our problems. But I'm telling you guys, there's more out there. There's way more out there in your own mind and in your own life. The second you start coming to terms with your past, accept yourself for who you are now positioned in a manner that you can now look forward to the future because you start to understand your true capabilities. This is what I mean by don't lie to yourself. Be very honest with yourself. What are you good at and what are you not good at? What are you running from and what do you hold to yourself as pride? And honestly, guys, grab a piece of paper, grab a pencil or a pen, and physically write these things down. Write them down with true honesty. The only eyes that are going to see it are yours, unless you want to share it with other people. But the only eyes that are going to read it are your own, excuse me. Grab a piece of paper and write down the things that you are proud of yourself for. What are you not proud of yourself for? What are the things in the past that haunt you? Right? And what is the future that you see for yourself? I want you guys to write those things down. And it could take 30 minutes, it could take an hour, but please take your time. It'll be an immense favor you do for yourself. I did that very, very early on in my personal development journey, and it positioned me completely for success. Because I was able to remove such an excess amount of weight off my shoulders that I had been carrying around for so long. All my past failures, trauma, false escapes, all my bad habits, everything. I'd been holding that all like one big massive grudge on myself. But the second you can read it and look at it and be like, okay, it is what it is. This is the life I've lived. But now, what can I do to move forward is going to be the most freeing thing that you guys can come across. Of course, later on, in the next couple of videos I'll teach you guys, or I'll explain to you guys how I was able to free myself of a lot of the bad habits that I had and completely remove myself from all the false escapes that I was also using. But for today, guys, this is going to be one of the most pivotal things that you could do. So, one of the key things that I also wanted to mention, guys, is you have yourself. right? I know I mentioned this. I probably mentioned this in my past videos as well because it's something I so firmly believe in. You don't have anybody else. Nobody else is going to help you. In this life, you have yourself. You are your own key to success. You are your own key to success. So it's so easy to look around and look at your quote unquote friends and expect them to step in when things aren't right in your life. Guys, I'm telling you right now, at least from my own personal experience, when I was at rock bottom in my life, ain't nobody, and I mean ain't nobody, not family, not friends, nobody could even understand the smallest piece of what I was feeling. Words couldn't even describe what I was feeling because it was such a high level of pain and feeling just so lost that I couldn't even put words to that. But I understood what it felt like because I was living through it. So, if you guys find yourself in a similar position where you're feeling very anxious all the time, you might be going through some depressive episodes. You're using a lot of coping mechanisms. You're watching a lot of porn. You're smoking a lot. You're drinking a lot. Playing a lot of video games. You're just trying to run from your demons. Guys, trust me when I say this. You hold your own key to success. You hold your own key to change. You just might not recognize where it is because there's a lot of doors in our brain that we just don't know how to unlock. But the door's there and it's meant to be opened. And so the key to your own success might be hidden in one of those doors. You just don't know how to open the door yet. So once you understand that you hold your own key to success, it of course it requires a level of responsibility on your part. But that should also be very reassuring because you're not dependent on anyone or anything else. If you truly decide to make the changes in your life where you could, position yourself for success, it's all in your control. It's all in your control. Your brain is a very malleable thing. That's something I've also really learned in this personal development journey is that our brains are extremely malleable. No matter how negatively they've been conditioned in the last couple of years or last couple of months or whatever, your mind is subject to change under your whim. You're in full control. So I was able to read certain books, incorporate certain methods of rewiring my own brain, meditation, the gym, XYZ. And lo and behold, my depression went away. My anxiety went away. I am now the master of my own mind, right? That's not to say I don't feel emotions. Like, yeah, I'll feel anxious on certain days. I might feel sad on certain days, happy on certain days. That's just being a human being. But I do not maneuver and I do not act on my emotions. I am in control. I'm in full control. I can understand where my emotion stems from, and that gives me such high amounts of leverage where I know I'm not going to act on impulse. I'm not just going to reach for the pen and get lit just because I'm feeling a certain way. No, because now I know that I'm in full control of myself. And I don't need these false escapes to to help me run away from these problems. So, those are the two key things I just want to talk about, guys. Obviously, there's so much more. There's so much more I want to get into, and I will get into in the next couple of videos about personal development. But this past year has truly been life changing for me, and it's positioned me in a place where I am looking forward to, putting this message out and helping other people. I want to help you guys. I know there's so many other guys out there that are going through a similar thing that I went through, hitting rock bottom, feeling lost, feeling depressed. Guys, there is always a way out and you hold the key to that way out. Okay? So you are quite literally in the position of your own. I mean, you are in control of your own success. So that's just a quick little thing I want to talk about, guys, before I wrap up here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the little bell button, guys. my website is out. That's something I should mention. I should have mentioned that earlier, but it is what it is. The SOG Collective website is out. I will link it in the description. Go take a look, guys. Let me know what you think. If you or your family member or your friend, if you believe that you need a level of guidance, right? You want to get coached, you want to work one-on-one with me, you want to learn certain strategies on how you could unlock your own mind, reach out to me. That website, I just have three basic products out there, but I also have linked to my contact information. If you need any information about those products, those courses, they're called courses, but it's going to be, one-on-one coaching with me. Reach out to me. And if you know anybody else that you think might need this, send this video to them, send that link to them. Help me help them, help me help you. Guys, I've learned quite a bit in this past year, and I'm going to continue to learn more about myself, about personal development, and I am actively looking forward to putting this information out so you guys could utilize it, and then you guys can go and help other people out. So let's go, guys. I love every single one of you. The support since day one has been nothing but something I'm so gratefully thankful for. And I never take that for granted. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. Stay tuned for the next video. I'll be going way more in depth on the actual mechanisms I used in my own personal development. But until then, guys, take care. Go kill it. I love you guys. Let's go.